Hi, everybody, and welcome. My name is Astara. I'm the publisher of Flower of Life Press, and I'm so happy today to have Mary Kathleen McKenna, aka Kathy Bishop, with us today. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you. A joy to be here.
And today we're talking about Kathy's new book, Sarabi's Story, a Maine Coon Cat's Perspective on Life, Love, and Family, which is now available on Amazon. We did a part one about Sarabi's story, which you can find on the YouTube channel and on Kathy's blog. And today we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the symbolism. So, Kathy, in Sarabi's story, the holiday of the lights is a main theme, and the concept of lights and bringing more light into our lives and into our hearts. And the symbolism of light is a strong theme running through Sarabi's story. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and what that means to you?
Sure. The real Sarabi loved, and I call it, and she calls it in my book, the long holiday of the lights. And that becomes how she measures her years with her family. And that's how she measures her life. Her life began when she came into family. And the light for her and for me represents the joy of being with the family, the joy of having these sparkling things all over the house and feeling comforted and safe within this family and being welcomed. And light for our ancient foremothers was always symbolic of awakening. It was symbolic of healing. It was the opposite of darkness often representing what's not good or evil, whereas light was the healing force. And they always talked about and used often in their spiritual practices, bringing light to the person. And I myself actually visualize when I'm having a real hard time. I'll sit still and visualize strong light coming on me and feel the warmth of it as healing. And I think it's important that women know they have the ability to bring the light to themselves. And that's why even the cover that we chose for Sarabi's story is my current older Maine Coon cat, Misty, actually, taken recently, the last long holiday of the lights, under the little Christmas tree we had put up on our dining room table. And I found all my cats, when the long holiday of the lights occurs, that they want to be under the warmth and the light of that Christmas tree, feeling sheltered and comfortable. And all my cats are rescues.
Wow. Yeah. In fact, Kathy, as I'm looking at you right now, I really see the light coming in from the window and really offering this like beautiful glow around you. And did you experience any moments? I mean, when you wrote Sarabi's story, you were going through a tough time with your husband having triple bypass surgery. Can you talk a little bit about how you were able to bring the light into your own being during that tough time and actually how that inspired you to write Sarabi's story at this point? Um,
Sure.
yeah.
And the real inspiration was Sarabi was diabetic. She was 18 years old at the time my husband had the triple bypass. Um, she was on insulin. My husband had been the person who gave the shots, the twice daily shots, not me. He's always better at that as well for care for our frail Shar-Pei 16-year-old dog at the time. He's now 18 and amazingly still with us. And I really felt that Sarabi had been about ready to go at the time that the heart attack and then the triple bypass occurred. But she knew the stress I had. She knew what was happening to me. And literally she would be at the door greeting me. And it was though the light came from her, shone from her. And she would stand still, which she didn't always do as much for my husband, when I would very difficult for me, administer the insulin shots. And I was terrified I was going to lose those two pets as well as my husband all at the same time. And I really felt that she worked to bring the light to all of us. to be there for me, to make me sit still, to sit by me at night when I couldn't sleep, waiting for the outcome and just, waiting for a phone call that I would get from my husband to say all was okay. And which would come at different times when he'd have a visit, because I couldn't be with him at night. And it was also towards the end of COVID. COVID was rampant, and so I had limited hours I could be there with him. So the light from her, and of course from my other two animals as well, my other two pets, having them just surround me during this time. So I really think we're all going through a difficult time in this country and around the world. There seems to be a lot more anger. And I think if we can spend our time soaking ourselves, not literally, because of course we can't be in the sun for hours and hours, but with the light and the light around us and seeing the light and trying to see the light in other people who are angry and trying to be able to somehow calmly give that light to others. I think that was the lesson for Sarabi. I also think that the lesson from the real Sarabi, because of course, while I write about the emotions, those are real in my Sarabi story. The stories and the characters are not. That is all fictional. But I really felt her hanging on. And then in February, we were at a point when my husband no longer had to go to cardiologist. He was really starting to heal and to come back, being able to do more and more. And I think she felt it was time. And so she died very peacefully with us. All of that was light. And of course, I cried and cried. I cry as I talk about it. At the same time, I knew it was the time for her to go. And I knew the gift she'd given me. And I felt I needed to share that gift with the world, with others.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful gift, Kathy, that you've written this book, and really encouraging other people to work with local shelters and consider rescuing animals as a way to bring more light into our lives, seeing as, excuse me, animals bring that unconditional love and light, to our lives, no matter how bittersweet it is. And, dealing with loss as we have to, animals bring us all of these beautiful lessons. And so thank you for your stewardship of this, of all of the rescue animals, and for being in service in this way, and for showing us how we can bring more light into our own lives too. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And
It's
I
been a
really
joy.
and I encourage everybody to go check out Sarabi's story on Amazon. We'll put the link in the video description here, and leave a review on Amazon. It's a beautiful, heartwarming journey, Sarabi's story. Thank you very much.